should you do a podcast? First of all, how many languages can you speak? For me, I have Thai, English, and Japanese. So I think first thing that we should look up is that how good you are at these language. For me, Thai is probably the first, English, and then the last is probably Japanese. And then I think like this is not like, I mean, this question about what language should we pick shouldn't be the hardest, but I think the more harder question is like why you're gonna do it. We're gonna visit this later, but for now, what language should you pick? So if you only know one language, then just pick that one language. But if you know like more than one language, you have to ask yourself what language that I want to do, and I think it's directly involved with the topic. So for me, I'm most comfortable with Thai, and so I mean like the most reasonable thing is to start with like me speaking Thai because that's the easiest, right? Um, and another question is that should we like do three of them at the same times? And my answer is no. So if you're gonna do one language, you should like pick one podcast, one language first, because when you start doing something, just pick one pod, okay, one pod, one language first, because if you do multiple podcasts at the same times, your focus, okay, so if this is you, right, you got kind of like distribute your focus and you will get nothing done, right? And this is what happened to me in the past, because I mean I like to have a lot of project. So the better solution is to focus on this one thing and grow it to a certain point. If you reach this point, then you can start another one. And for me, I still not sure what language should I pick. I mean, recently I really into English. I mean, not really into, but like my daily life, I often like just yapping English when I'm in toilet. So I think English would be a good to go, but Thai is also like not bad because like it's the less resistance. Like I don't have to actually think much about the vocabularies, but I need to think in the term of more of like what I want to say. But in English, there's a lot more that I have to think. So I'm not sure what I should start, right? But if I have to pick, I would pick. Okay, I would start with Thai. I would start with Thai because I have done Thai podcasts before. It's a podcast about English, like how to improve your English, and I have even invite PP Kung, which is he's my friend, and we done like one episode. Yeah, I remember we talk about games and like how we learn English from gaming, and I also talk with another one of my friend. His name is Stir, and he used to be a chef back then. So I talked to him about like, hey, if you are a chef, do you use a lot of English on your daily life or in the kitchen? And that was kind of interesting. But the mistakes that I make with my like first Thai podcast is that I didn't understand myself back then. I didn't understand my why, and I only focus on so this is why, right? And then I'm gonna draw the bigger circle. Okay, why is the most important? Because that's like this is the reason why you do it. And another thing is like how, right? How you do it. And the least important, but this is what most people think is the most important, but actually this is the least important, is the outcome. So I was looking, I was logged in at the outcome, which is how many views I get, how many people listening to my podcast. And when I see that just ignore this. This is another project of me. But when I see that the view is like not much, like pretty, like pretty bad, I feel discouraged to continue, and that was my mistakes because I focus on the outcome, not why I do this. So in order to fix this, I will have to figure out why I do it and how I would do it, which is more important. And right now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I kind of want to be more active, you know, because I have this understanding that we have like two system, right? We have like our body, right? And when we exercise our body, when we make our like what do you do when you want to like make your body active, make you like physically fit? We exercise, right? This is like your body, like you do like push up, right? You do like push up. So I lately I have been like come back to like running and work down again, and I kind of noticed that okay, like coming back to this is really good. It's making like, especially in the morning before work, it's made me feel like really fresh. So I was thinking like, then what about like brain? You know, if I have like body exercise, what about brain exercise? And I realized, you know, like I, it's not that I realized, but I question myself a lot. Like, how can I train my brain? You know, if I want to train my body, I can push up, I can pull up, I can run. But what about my brain? So I came up with a lot of like possible solution. Journal, right? Or studying. But actually, studying is too vague. It's kind of like too broad. So, I mean, like studying, it can be like listening to podcasts, and stuff, right? Something like that. But I kind of noticed that like most of the activities that I do that consider learning or studying is kind of like very passive. Like I was just like listening to something in podcasts or reading a book, and I mean like it's not bad, you know, to read or to listening or to like consume, but the problem is I consume, like for example, I read this book and I read a new one and I read a new one, and then I forget the information on the first book that I read because I didn't use this, and I kind of like just keep reading. So this is not like a pretty good way of studying. This is like very like passive. I would say like a passive way of learning, and I kind of want to do something more active. I mean, like journaling is also active, but it's still like not kind of like fit my taste. And so I come up with podcasts. You know, like it's time to do some podcast because podcasts you got a chance to maybe you show up your face. I mean, I'm not showing my face right now, but maybe in the future. And also there's a chance of like I said before, I mean I haven't said it, okay, so I'm gonna say it now. So it's interaction, you know. When you do podcasts, maybe you like I said before, I invite my friend like PP Kung or Arthur, and you know there's some interaction, and I kind of really like those deep conversation you have, you know, like some I asked them question and I got the insight, so I asked more. It's kind of like interaction going on. Of course you can do that in journal as well, but in journal it's just you know, it's just like alone by yourself. But in podcasts we can have interaction with someone else, and I also did that with like a Japanese podcast with Nana-chan, you know, Nana-chan and Lemon Sensei and anyone who can speak Japanese. I did that back then, even though I'm not really like fluent in Japanese, but it was a good, it was a tough, it was a tough time, but it was fun. So I kind of like how fun it is. So that is why I want to do podcast, because it's more active. It's a brain exercise. I got like interaction. I got connection. So this is my why, and I'm not gonna care about the outcome of how many views I get. So even though I get 0 view, I'm gonna still continue doing this. Um, but another reason that you got to ask yourself is how, right? Like how you're gonna do this. Like you got work to do, you got no time. Time is limited. So that's why I picked Thai first, because in Thai I can do is like facet. Like I mean, English is the same, but I'm not sure I can find someone who I can have interaction with in English. I mean, I could find, I mean, like on Discord or games, but I think in Thai, I think it's a lot more easier. It's just like, I don't know, like text some of my friends and just invite them, hey, do you want to come to my podcast? I'm trying this new thing here. And yeah, that's gonna work. I mean, I don't know. I might get rejected, but I don't care. Like I'm just gonna do it. And if I really get rejected, okay, like let's think. What about the worst case scenario? Like worst case scenario for a second. If no one if I can't have my co-host, or if I can't invite anyone into my podcast, the worst case is that I'm gonna have to do it by myself. And actually, it's not that bad thing, because when you just start and people don't know what the fuck you're doing, and you like don't have any evidence on what you're doing, they're not gonna there are like, I mean, there's a lack of proof here. So people are gonna might not like want to join your podcast or whatever project you're doing. But if you like already post, maybe like 7 to 8 episode, and you can show them that, hey, I'm doing this and I kind of want you in, there's something that like they can see, and like it's kind of physical, it's kind of out there. So I think in the beginning I might have to just like do it alone first, and then when I like got to some 10 episode or 20, I can invite someone and have interaction with them. But yeah, it is what it is. So again, let's come back to how for a bit. So my plan is that at first I think that I'm gonna do like this podcast every day, because I have some time left in around the evening, like around like after 8 p.m. So I might just sit in front of my computer and start recording. And for now, it's just gonna be like around 8 p.m. every day for just around like 15 minutes. So that's not that bad, right? And I'm not gonna edit, like no edit. So I'm just gonna like speak. Yeah. So this is like how I'll do it, and why I also have why. So like I want to be more active and kind of and I think I mean, right now my why is might be not strong enough, but we can develop it later. And the next important thing is, what topic should I talk about? So if it's in Thai, if it's in Thai, there's a lot I can talk about. There are like there are like psychology. For now, I probably won't be able to make a decision right away, but I'm going to I'm going to brainstorm it here. So I have book, I have psychology. I can talk about I don't know, like role model, like I don't know, like singers or actors, like successful people, something like that. Yeah. So these are just like ideas that I have right now. Philosophy. What else do I have? So these are things that I like. I mean, I could talk about Japanese stuff as well, right? Not a bad, right? And oh yeah, I kind of like to maybe talk about communication. Yeah, communication. Right. So these are some of the topic. Okay, I'm gonna put this here, and I might design it. I'm gonna design about it like tomorrow, or maybe like tonight after I wash the dishes. But for now, I'm just gonna do like brainstorm and draft. You know. So the next thing is like what style. So I'm kind of wanting to be casual, like not really like for too formal, and again like I kind of want to do it like have a co-host or like co-op with someone. Okay, I kind of want it to be like interactive. So this is gonna be it for now. You know, doing starting a new project. And I think yeah, of course, this is just a draft. You know, this is just like a draft, and it would be better if I like actually build a system over it, like on Notion. You know, I can go to Notion and build like a system kind of like this. Like this is another project of mine, but I'll talk about this later. Like it's not gonna be in this video. Like I mean, I have a lot of project, but this project is like I'm writing a book, right? And I kind of like have this five step here. This is kind of like the first. Here is kind of like brainstorming. Approved chapters are like the chapters that I think I kind of like really want to put into the book. And in progress is like the chapter that I'm like currently writing right now. And so ready for review is that like I already like just like waiting for fix and proofread or whatever, and complete is complete. So this is like kind of more like systematic, and you can see here that I kind of like make it, you know, more, you know, the like system. Yeah, like I said before, like systematic. I know I kind of like talking in a circle right now, but anyways, I'm not sure like my podcast will be like in the system way like this, but for now I would just do it. And I think the most important thing, the most important thing is to be consistent. Yeah. So I'm gonna say like consistency. Okay, consistency. Right. So I going to do this for. All right. For now, let's taste the water for 90 days, and yeah, why not? You know, it's just like 15 minutes around 8 p.m. every day. I mean, what could go wrong, right? What could go wrong? And I mean, I still haven't talked about if you have the author project as well. I also have the author project, which is like writing project, which come back later. I might talk about this later. But anyways, thank you for watching today, and see you guys. Bye.